How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to show you how to short crypto. And this is maybe not right for everyone. I want to be very clear that you are fighting an escalator that goes up, but sometimes it breaks down for a few seconds. The escalator goes down, right? Bitcoin and crypto can fall down, as we've seen in the last 24 hours with Bitcoin falling so much. And I think this is an important tool to have in your tool belt to understand what shorting is, how to do it, so that if there's a situation where you can make money from the market going down, or if you need to hedge, that you can do it. There are a couple different reasons to use shorts or to short the market. We're going to go through those today. Stay through to the end because there are a lot of disclaimers. If you don't mind, though, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. Also, if you want to short the market, we're going to be talking about it over on Margex. You can check out the link underneath the video. It'll be the top link. You can start trading there in just a few seconds. You don't need a KYC, meaning you don't have to give out all your personal information and have everyone know how much crypto you have on this platform. And you also don't need a VPN. So you can start trading. Just make sure you check their terms and conditions. Now, shorting the market is basically betting that the market's going to go down. There are a couple different reasons for it, but as I said, it's not right for everyone because generally the markets go up. I have shorted the market just a few times. There have been just a few times where I've shorted, and those times that I did short, I made a good amount of money. One of the times was when FTX was collapsing. I shorted FTT token. Right, that was their token. The whole exchange was collapsing. The token had already fallen about 20%, but I thought, from everything that I can see, I don't think they're going to make it out of this. And I actually made about a 14x. I was able to turn $100 into $1,400. Okay. Now, I think there are a couple different reasons you would short, but again, you can lose everything that you put into a short. However, there are a couple different reasons to short, as I said. One reason, maybe the most obvious, the one that happens the most, is we move up to a resistance. Now, I'll show you how to actually place the trade here in a second too, but let's say we're moving up to here. You know that there's a big crypto event. Maybe we break through this line of resistance, or maybe we fall back down, but you realize, okay, we've hit this line of resistance 4 times. We have a big event, maybe it's a sell the news event, and we fall back down. So you place a trade somewhere in here. Your stop loss is right above the line. So that way, if we break out, you don't continue to lose all your capital. And then, yeah, we did fall down significantly. So obviously that would have been a good time to short. Another time to short would be if you think there's some major event that's going to happen in the next few days. Like there's been news about a possible attack, right, in the Middle East. If you think that's going to happen, maybe you know something that other people don't. Or last Friday, you saw Japan increase their interest rates and you realize that there's a lot of people loaning money or taking loans from Japan and they're going to try to repay them. Okay, something like that. Or maybe there's some collapse of an exchange. You see it right when it happens. You go short the market. Boom, it goes down. Okay, those are like the 1 in every 3 or 6 months, maybe, events that happen. Okay, maybe you just sit a year or 2 years without ever using that kind of scenario, but then when it happens, you can make a lot of money. That's like what happened with me with FTX. The other scenario is you can use it to hedge. Let's say you have $100,000 in the market. Maybe you want to go short the market with a small amount of money ahead of some big event. And use it as a hedge, not to make a ton of money, but just in case things don't turn out how you think, or just in general, if you want to keep on hedging. I don't like to hedge very much because honestly, I'd rather just ride out the market. I try to time the market in general a bit with adding a lot during the bear market and then laying off during the bull market. Now, I'm not out here trying to sell my whole portfolio and then buy it back and try to buy it at a lower price and all that stuff. Now, a dollar cost average over years, and then a dollar cost average out. That is the goal. So I am not much of a hedger, but I understand a lot of people do that in traditional markets as well with puts. They'll buy puts ahead of certain maybe interest rate decisions, or when the market's doing really well, they sell covered calls. That's another way to hedge. But in crypto, we don't necessarily have that a very easy place to, or we can't do it very easily. So a lot of people go in short the market and hedge in that way. Now, how do you actually do this? How does it work? Well, again, you're betting against the market. Basically, in Margex, you can trade any of these charts, right? You can trade Bitcoin, Solana, ADA, all these assets. Let's just go to Bitcoin. If you want to short Bitcoin, you do everything that you would for a long. So you put in your collateral. We have Caspa here as collateral. You can use whatever you want. No real reason to use Caspa here, but you might want to use USDT. You might want to use Bitcoin. Keep in mind, if you want to stack more Bitcoin, you would probably want to use Bitcoin as your collateral for this Bitcoin trade. Keep in mind, though, at the same time that if you do that and the price of Bitcoin falls down, like your USD value might not actually go up. You just get more Bitcoin. If you want to get more USD, you would use something like USDT or USDC. So you'd use this, right? You'd pick your collateral. I like to use isolated margin. You can use, for example, cross margin. It gives you a little explanation, but I like using isolated because I know exactly how much I'm putting on the line. You determine your leverage level. Maybe you want to go 5x, or maybe you want to go more aggressive. It depends the scenario too. Like if you're just using it as a hedge, you probably don't want to go super high leverage because you could be wiped out really easily. You probably want to go like lower leverage. But if we're right at resistance and you think we're going to fall down, maybe you go higher leverage, right? So let's say, again, we'll just go 10x leverage. Okay, confirm. Your order size, it shows in USD. So maybe, let's just go a $10 USD trade or $100, whatever you decide on. And then limit price. This is a little bit different. We're used to limit prices where like it will trigger if it's below the certain number. Like if I was going to go long, I could set a limit price at 51,300. And then if we wick down, it goes below that number, it buys, and then let's say we keep going up or something, then I bought it at a good time. Now, if we're going short the market, we want to actually higher. So for example, right now I could do 51,300, and then I would sell short. If we go up to that 51,300, then it will trigger and we will short the market. So I just hit sell, and then as soon as we hit that number, so the sell limit was placed, but it has not gone off yet. But as soon as we hit 51.3, then it will trigger. And then if we continue falling down, I'll make money. If we move up, then I'll lose money. You can look at the liquidation point. You can look at the take profit stop loss. You can look at the open price and all that down below. Those are all real time. And it will also show you your realized P&L and unrealized P&L, all that. Then you can you can put, like I said, stop losses and take profit. So if we continue falling down, maybe you say, okay, well, I think we're going to bounce off 50,000 or 49,000 because that's where we bounced off before. You can hit a take profit or set a take profit right there. Or maybe you think, okay, well, if we go back up to 53,000, I think we're going to be out of this range and we're going to keep on moving up. I just want to protect my capital. So then you could do a stop loss at 53,000. It's actually quite simple. Just think of it as the reverse of everything when you go long. But like I said, there are several different reasons to use this. I personally am usually pretty bullish, but there are very specific situations where I would use this kind of trading. But of course, make sure you know what you're doing because, again, like I said, generally the markets move up. So you don't want to be caught on the wrong side of a trade where Bitcoin goes up forever, right? A lot of people that are watching this video are bullish on crypto, right? So you don't want to be stuck on the wrong side. But again, there are certain scenarios where you probably can tell that the market's probably going to fall, right? If you see some big piece of news, as I said, the minute that it happens on Twitter and it's unexpected, well, generally, unless the news is just fake, generally that might be a time where you would want to short the market. But again, make sure you know what you're doing. I'm not telling you to do anything specifically. I'm just showing you how to do something that a lot of people do in crypto. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if that helps down below in the comment section. Believe me, I know that this is a video that will give me get people very riled up because people don't like to think about shorting the market. They think that I'm endorsing shorting the market, but I'm just trying to show you what you can do in crypto. At the end of the day, it's up to you how you want to approach this market. So check out the link underneath the video to Margex. If you want to go long, I've done many videos on that before. This is just the first video on shorting. So check out those videos as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.